Okay, Stacy, so welcome. This is your
Right.
SMART Somatic Memory Repatterning Technique interview after a session we conducted for relationship attachment style.
Hmm.
So, for the backstory of people watching, you are a SMART trainee and you were on the course and you were training, and I overheard a conversation you were having, and I noticed there was an anxious attachment style present within you in your current relationship. And I really wanted to help you by using SMART. And through our conversations, we talked, I got your backstory. There was issues there with childhood adversities about, being the healer and the helper, and not having your own emotional needs met. And you said that that's played out in all of your relationships where you've not felt safe. You've always thought you're going to be abandoned, and you've been the one that's left the relationship first. So we're just going to share your success, really, and that's the best way to put it because it's been such an amazing success, as it always is. But for you, it's been so life-changing. So just share a little bit about your backstory and
Hmm.
where you were before the session and where you are now.
Yeah, I think one thing which I've probably also not mentioned before is I didn't realize I was really doing this either, until it plays out over and over again. You still don't realize that there's that kind of pattern and that it comes from something in childhood, which I wasn't really aware of and hadn't noticed until we'd worked together. Um, but So yeah, I just I would spiral if something, if in my relationship, if I didn't hear from my partner or I didn't maybe get on messages that I thought were good. Um, but that's just my anxiety over playing it and thinking about it too much and reading it the wrong way. And I would spiral, I'd get really warm. I'd, my head would just feel so full that I just want to run away, basically. Um, and it's just an awful place to be, and you just don't really know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, and
So,
I resonate with that feeling as well. Um,
mm,
and it's interesting how you say you hadn't connected the dots, and we don't do we? We're so trapped in our
yeah,
automatic pattern, repeating this
mm,
cycle, and we wonder why, but we don't ever stop to think, where has this come from?
yeah, yeah, definitely. So with the session, I mean, we just did one session and did some of the homework afterwards. And I just feel so much better, so good. It's quite hard to explain, but my head's not blowing up anymore, and I don't get warm about it. It just feels okay. It just, yeah, I know what to expect and I know that's how things are, and it's normal. It's just, it was me previously, just following on from a childhood experience, I think, and that I just held close and that we've now worked on.
Yeah. So for the sake of people watching, they might think, well, what does she mean warm? That doesn't sound too bad. But just tell people what it was actually like for you when you would start to spiral, because you knew exactly when it was going to happen as well. You're like, okay,
Yeah,
not with me, but I know it's going to be like 3 days and I'm going to spiral. So just tell people how bad that
yeah,
spiral actually was.
yeah. My partner and I don't see each other all the time, but so when we do have times apart, it could be a week, and then I'd just um, get a message and immediately go into my head and immediately think the worst, immediately think everything's over, immediately think, what's the point? And let's just run. But so hot and sweaty, like my whole body is just so hot and sweaty. And it's all consuming. You just, yeah, you just get into this space that's just impossible. Um, and to get out of it is quite a challenge until see the person again, then it's okay again. And then just every week is the same thing. Every other week, same spiral.
And the same spiral just keeps repeating itself. And you would tell yourself a cascade of negative beliefs. It was
Yeah.
all about you. The problem was you. And,
Mm.
there was no way to rationalize or coach yourself out of that spiral.
Yeah. And now it's just, I know it's not me. I know this is the situation and comfortable with that. And yeah, your thoughts are just so different. It's just incredible, to be honest.
And what impact has that had on your life? Because I know you said it was all consuming. And I know that because I've experienced this. It feels there's nothing else you can think about.
Yeah. Um, my anxiety levels are so much lower, and it's just you can get on with your day without losing it, really, in these thoughts. Um, so yeah, a massive difference.
So massive difference. And I know you shared about having therapy and experiencing SMART. So what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I have done a variety of therapies due to various traumatic things I've sadly been through, but they all take many sessions. And I think if I'd had Smart back then, one session on each would have been perfect. I think it would have just done what I needed to do. So it's such a huge thing for one session to make such a difference. It's yeah,
Yeah.
can't fault it.
Yeah, because the reason being we're not rationalizing it, we're not coaching you through it, we're not talking about
Yeah.
it at the conscious level. We're getting into the
Hmm.
heart where it lives in the body as a pattern, as a somatic memory. And we do a
Hmm.
special technique that's individual, specific to SMART, and we kind of it works on memory reconsolidation, so
Hmm.
neuroscience, and it unlocks the trigger associated with the memory, so it frees the nervous system at last. How many years have you been carrying this trauma within your body, would you say?
I've thought previously that like probably from my 20s, but to be fair, it was probably from when I was a child,
Yeah,
um,
memory of it.
without realizing it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So many, many years.
many years, and that first ever imprint gets
Mm.
just stacked upon like Jenga.
Yeah. Yeah.
So SMART can take you right back into the root cause childhood schema, and then it does the neuroscience bit, lights up all the networks that's associated with I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, all those negative beliefs you had about yourself. And it just
Mhm.
kind of rewrites that whole pathway. So that pathway isn't there for you anymore. Would you say you feel like
Yeah.
that's gone, that negative self-talk around you in relationships has gone?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't see a need for that kind of talk anymore. And it's good to just keep doing power poses and self-love,
Yeah,
which we learnt in the therapy as well. And that's just a great tool just to keep you going as well.
100%. And to finally be able to practice self-love, how does
Mm.
that feel? Because I'm guessing before you weren't able to do that.
It's quite a mind shift. And it takes for me it felt like it takes a few days to get yourself comfortable with it and used to it and be like, this is okay, this is good, and it changes your thought pattern, especially if you do it first thing in the morning and stand up and be powerful and start the day. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really helpful. And I can see the difference in your face. Like your body seems different. Has anybody noticed any changes in you?
Well, to be honest, I haven't been around that many people because I haven't really been at work. I've just been today and yesterday. So um not although my boss did say you look massively different from the last time I saw you. So there you go.
Really? Okay. You
Yeah,
do. Honestly, I wish I could show you some kind of,
yeah,
well, you could actually, you could go back and watch the other video and
yeah.
see the difference. Maybe what the video when we did the session, you look
Mm,
like you've been on holiday. You look like you've had a glow up,
Yeah,
and you know what? You're laughing.
I know, I know. It feels good. It really does. It
I
really does.
love
It's worth all the time and money and effort in it. It's so quick compared to everything else I've had
Yeah,
work on. So
and I'm
yeah.
loving this for you. And obviously, you're going to be sharing this with the people that you're going to be
Hmm.
working on. So
Yeah,
you've had first-hand experience about the rapid transformation it makes on long-standing issues. So
yeah,
anybody is the biggest advocate for that, it's you. So I'm so
yeah.
happy that you're going to be sharing this with people and helping people with this technique because it's freaking awesome.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Stacey. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.